Hi everyone, welcome back to part 2. This is where we're adding most of our features, our embellishments, any of the details that we want to add to really make our puppet unique and to give it its character. I've given the nose a quick head start by gluing a bunch of scraps together. Then I give it a trim to sort of get the shape that I want. Oops, I cut a little too much. I'm going to have to glue some back in. There we go, just trim a bit off. Get the shape just the way I want it. And then see what it looks like against the face. When I'm happy with it, I glue the nose. Next, we're going to work on the eyes. With the eyes, I've cut out a round shape. You can see that sort of the yellow color of the eyeball. And then I cut out the pink part for the eyelids on the top and the bottom to give it a lot more three-dimensional effect. Gluing them in place, you might notice that I changed the tilt on them a couple of times to make sure I got just the sort of character expression that I want. My helper Jessica came up with the idea of sort of the forest creature god kind of character. So that's what I wanted to go with. She cut out a bunch of leaves for me, but the leaves aren't going to cover up the entire puppet. So I'm doing sort of an undercolor. I'm using a tri-art metallic paint that's really nice, especially when the light sort of captures it. The effect I want to get is when I put on all the felt leaves, that if you see a little bit into the creature, you notice it's a little bit more magical, a little bit more whimsical, and the metallic green paint's going to help that. Now if I can get it on pretty quick, then the paint itself is going to act like a glue and help hold on all of my pieces until I figure out exactly how I want them to go. So I kind of rush through this quickly. You can see how fast I paint. I try and get into every single crack underneath little bits of the foam around the eyeballs, just at the edge of the mouth. I don't want any of the white foam showing. And now that it's all covered up, I test out my puppet to see how it talks. Make sure I'm still happy with it. Now I can start placing all of the pre-cut leaves. I start at the nose because I want that to be the first piece to be mounted. With a little counterweight in there so it doesn't roll around, I can start thinking about the other leaves and how they're going to overlap so they sort of curl away at the edges. So everything has to be sort of tucked behind the nose and just sort of behind the edge of the eyes. I want them to cover up a little bit of the mouth. They really look like they're taking over the entire face. And you'll notice I'll start peeling back pieces and layering in the ones that go behind it. I could have started on the outside, but then I wouldn't be sure how it would look at the front of the face, and that happens to be more important than, say, the side or the back. Honestly, at this stage of my puppet, I'm looking at it and it looks pretty ridiculous. I'm actually questioning, should I keep on going with this idea? Should I alter anything? And then I decided, nope, just keep going. We'll work on it as we go. See what it looks like when it's done. Right now, it's only half finished. Of course, I'm not going to be happy with it, or why would I continue working on it? It's important not to be too hard on your art until you're finished. Then go back and take a look at it. This is where I started to become more happy with it. As soon as I started putting on the leaves around the chin, the face for some reason just started to come together, and the layers underneath the chin and as it came around the side, it suddenly looked more finished and I enjoyed it a lot more. I felt much more inspired from this part to keep going. I glue on the rest of the leaves all the way around the head, and then I go back and start sort of tugging at them and pulling them back and seeing what isn't quite stuck. I'm happy with their placement. I just need to make sure that they're going to stay in place and not fall off. These are pieces of grapevine that I found just outside the back door here, and I really wanted to add sort of that organic element to the piece, give him a little bit of the eyebrow. You might notice from the original picture, he has some of those elements as well. Really helps him to look like a stick leaf creature. I finished sticking on all of the leaves, but something really important needs to be checked. I need to check out its personality, make sure that it still moves, it talks, it has the feel that I want. You have to be connected with your puppet. Give it personality. There we go. Now it's starting to work. Our next stage is the painting stage. Now here at JB Arts we only use one kind of paint, tri-art paints. If you are a student here at JB Arts, we only use the artist grade. They're Canadian made, fantastic people to work with. I highly recommend tri-art paint. Right now I'm filling in all of the spaces with just sort of a base white. It's a titanium white, it's an ink, so it flows right into every little crack and crevice. For the rest of the painting, I'll probably do a heavy body paint. There we go, there's some nice colors, mixing up sort of a gold green. Again, using the tri-art metallic colors. That'll give us that mystical look again. My original idea was to go with sort of a leaf motif all the way through it by putting little vein lines in all of the leaves. I quickly thought it looked terrible as I was working on it and changed it into more of a roughed up kind of dirty, overgrown kind of look. Overall, I was much happier with the greater coverage of the gold green. It made for a much lighter looking puppet, a happier looking puppet, a more fun puppet. I thought that was more engaging than just sort of some lines as the leaves. I pick it up and I'm much happier with the puppet. You can see I'm sort of scrubbing in the leaves, but I'm not doing everywhere, just enough that they sort of pick up as a nice accent. Really the felt took on the shape of the leaf and I'm just trying to accent it a bit with the color. My puppet's starting to look finished. Oh yeah! We're really starting to get down to it, getting into the details, finishing off the eyeballs. The eyeballs are really going to give you the expression that you're looking for. I make them fairly large to make them quite friendly, and now I'm going to stick in the tongue. At the last minute I decide that the red is too dark, so I start darkening the green and then moving on to the red. With my puppet nearly finished, I wanted to end the video off with a slideshow of about 40 different puppets made by a bunch of different kids from Carleton Place. It was a blast. Thanks very much for watching. Enjoy the rest.